Rising star Ana Scotney stars in the film Millie Lies Low, which premiered at a number of film festivals last year, including Auckland, Sydney, Melbourne, and most recently Edinburgh. And it's being released in cinemas here this week. Mā takitaki mai.
My name is Millie Davies. I'm going to be interning at one of New York's top architecture firms.
So you made it?
Yeah. This is an epic opportunity to step into the next chapter of my life.
What do you guys think of my exposed brick apartment? Anyway, I better go.
Wait,
Miss you guys.
Wait,
Bye.
Millie, what happened?
Hi, Millie. You hadn't turned up for your internship yet. Which is kind of strange, because from your Instagram post, it seems like you're having a great time in New York.
If I see your friends, I'm not going to lie for you.
This is so silly.
You don't have to tell me how stupid it is. I am well aware of that. Sorry, I'm such a disappointment. I just got dumped by my future. I wanted to be normal, you know? Normal.
You have to figure out your own point of view. What makes you, you?
We spoke with actor Ana Scotney nor Ngāti Tāwhaki, Tūhoe, and asked her what drew her to the character in Millie Lies Low.
What drew me to this story was that it's about a young wahine who is anxious, and she's trying to figure out, in amidst all of the noise that comes with being young in this day and age, where she fits, what she wants to do, how she can live up to people's expectations, and she's in a bit of a meltdown in trying to live up to those. So I related to it. I found the script funny, and I also found it heartbreaking in equal measure. And I just thought that it would be a really fun project to be a part of.
And how do you feel that this relates to your experiences then as a young urban wahine Māori?
I think that I have definitely been someone who struggled with anxiety in my own life, and I think that I've also been someone who has found it really difficult at times to identify and navigate where I fit in terms of, being raised in the city and how to keep connected to te whenua ukaipo from that environment. And I think that's something that a lot of people who are not only cross-cultural in terms of being Māori and Pākehā, but anybody who's at a cultural intersection in their own life can relate to. So I felt like there was a lot of myself, especially when I was a bit younger, that definitely jumped out of the script and made me think, yeah, I actually really know this experience, even though I'm not someone who I can proudly say has used social media to kind of lie my way through a bit of a tough moment, as Millie does.
Yeah, and that's okay, right? You do what you want when you feel it's the right time. Now, we've seen you a fair amount on the small screen over the last little while, including in the next Netflix series, God's Favourite Idiot, Cousins, even Shortland Street, and your performance in The Breaker Upperers was way cool. How have you found the increase in notoriety? I
honestly have found it very low-key. At the moment, I'm living at home in Te Whanganui-a-Tara, and I think that, if anything, people just sort of, I don't know, it's that thing that we do in Aotearoa, you know, like as a form of endearment, people are, they just keep it low-key, and so I found it like no change. And I don't have social media either. I don't have social media, which I think is, helps that process of just getting on with things day to day.
That's amazing. Make the most of that. You set up your production company, Kōtero Publishing Giant, earlier this year. What are you hoping to accomplish through this?
Well, long term, I think it would be really cool to support other practitioners to have their stories told with mana motuhake and sovereignty. So I think that that's something that, rangatira in our industry and mana wahine like Chelsea Winstanley, I know it's really important. And what that means is that as tangata whenua, we have the ability to tell our stories and in our own way. So for me, Kōtiro Publishing Giant at the moment is a space where I can continue to mature and tell stories from my own experiences in my community. And when I'm more experienced and have more matauranga, I think it would be cool ultimately to create that space to awhi others who are coming up and wanting to tell their own stories too.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, you're also the co-host of a new podcast, True Justice, a 5-part podcast about justice reform, which is being released this week. Why did you feel it was important to want to help tell the stories of those who have passed through our prison system?
It's easy to read statistics or read an article in the paper about crime and to form a judgment without having the wider context or implication and really having that understanding about what are the forces, be they socio-political, be they economic, what are the wider forces that create the kind of environment that lead people into that space. And it's something that I also felt passionate about from the perspective of being wahine Māori when, just the disproportionate representation of our people in prison is something that I find really upsetting, and I think it's unnecessary. And I think that Aotearoa, we need to have a frank conversation, or at least the opportunity to look at the existing system and just begin posing the questions of what else could be more restorative, both for people who are perpetrating crime and also, importantly, for victims too.
Yep, absolutely. Love your thought process. Ana Scotney, actor, singer, dancer, thank you so much for joining us today, and all the best with your continued upward journey.
Kia ora, thank you. Have a great day. Ka kite.